Hi, I'm Lane Gray, and welcome to this session that will focus on social media for fundraising campaigns. My background is we at Vivanista do a host of different trainings for nonprofits and volunteer organizations. And social media has become such a prevalent part of fundraising that we have put together quite a few training sessions, both in terms of guides and online. Vivanista was initially founded to share best practices in charitable fundraising. So if somebody's doing something really well in one part of the country, why shouldn't others learn about their success and implement some of those tools and tips? So what we're going to learn in social media for fundraising campaigns is, one, how to set up a Twitter account, how to set up a Facebook fan page, how to develop a following on both of those, and then why use social media in charitable fundraising? The agenda is why use social media, Facebook 101, Twitter 101, and then other social media that you actually can utilize in a complementary way. Why use social media? Well, in terms of fundraising campaigns, there's really three goals in mind. One, using social media to generate donations. Two, to build a community. And three is to drive event attendance. Those are three fundamental things that you can use social media for. The benefits of social media are incredible. One, it's free. Two, it's super easy to use. It's a very timely communication channel instantaneously. It reaches a broader community than you would may have access to otherwise. And it also projects a personality for your organization. So first we're going to start with Facebook. Why create a Facebook fan page? Well, there's multiple reasons to do so. One is the network, and that is accessing individuals that you already know to pull them together. Two is to connect to other organizations or individuals who may not be familiar with you. Three is to engage, to provide information, updates about various programs or events that you have coming up. Next is use it as an update vehicle to keep people abreast of everything that's going on with the organization and a fundraising campaign. And lastly, a great reason to create a Facebook fan page is to get feedback of really listening to who your followers are on Facebook. So how you create a Facebook fan page is, one, you go to Facebook in their Pages section to create. Two is that you select either a nonprofit organization or a cause community group. You have a choice. And three, you create your page. Add images, company information, and then you start to invite friends. So we're going to look at three different Facebook fan pages that nonprofit organizations have put together. The first is Oxfam America. So this is a really, I think, beautiful example of a Facebook fan page. You really, when you get there, have a sense of who the organization is and what they're trying to achieve. Down at the bottom, as you can see, you can learn more, you can take action, and you can even shop for products that they are actually promoting. Another one that we feel really communicates the personality of the organization is the World Wildlife Fund. Once you get there, you get a sense of who the organization is and what they want you to do. They want you to participate, to protect the lands in Alaska, etc. And the last one that we thought was interesting was the American Red Cross. This Facebook fan page is really great because their call to action is to donate. First off, you definitely get the sense of who they are right when you get there. Look at the upper left-hand corner with their international symbol of the Red Cross. But they also are asking you to donate. There's three different distinct areas within this page of where you can donate. That's what their call to action actually is. But another thing that they are able to accomplish in this is, back into that upper left-hand corner, is the Join Us section, become part of their community. When you build a fan page, what are your strategies? How do you build a fan page? One is invite friends. Example is pull from your personal emails and subscriber lists. Reach out to your other social networks if you're part of others. 2 is utilize the basic applications on Facebook to build a fan page. Use your wall, put up notes, photos. Also, promote any of your events or any other types of activities that you're doing. So people will start to see that. Everything you put up on your page goes actually on the wall of your fans. So their friends can actually see what's going on if they go and look at their wall. Next is you want to send updates. Make sure that you're actually keeping your Facebook fan page up to date so people know right away what's going on, especially as it pertains to any particular fundraising campaign. And finally is share. Tagging friends and your partners is really important. It's one of the most important things that you can actually do. Why? Because if you tag someone in a photo, that goes onto their wall and their friends can see it. And that viral nature is really the fundamental underpinning of social media. In terms of how you use Facebook specifically for fundraising is fourfold. One is your fan page. Add a donate call to action like we were talking about with the American Red Cross, or a cause marketing campaign. Perhaps you're going to partner with a for-profit organization to sell product where a percentage of the proceeds will go to the nonprofit. That's a great thing to promote on your fan page. 2 is events. List your fundraisers and actually continue to provide updates on those fundraisers and make them exciting so people actually want to attend. 3rd is cause application. Register to accept donations. Very key. Not only do you want to do that on your website, but you want to do it on your Facebook fan page. More opportunities to invite individuals and your constituents to donate is better. And finally is communicate. Use the status updates. Ask questions. Create polls. There's so many different applications on Facebook that you can actually use to engage your followers. And you may want to deliver messages about your fundraising objectives, what you're actually trying to achieve. People will actually rally around you if they see that. Looking at Twitter. Why use Twitter? Well, you can instantly communicate with your audience, establish valuable partnerships in the Twittersphere, and attract new volunteers, supporters, or donors. Those are 3 fundamental reasons to use Twitter, especially as it pertains to your fundraising campaigns. So how to set up a Twitter account? 1 is you go to Twitter and sign up for a free account. Twitter is completely free. 2 is you customize. Add your profile image, a fun background, company information. So once somebody starts to follow you on Twitter, they actually get a sense of who you are when they go to your page. 3, follow and be followed. Start to follow people. And there's somewhat of a protocol is that if you follow someone, oftentimes they will start to follow you. And that viral nature will happen. And lastly is join the discussion. Send updates out into the world. Ask questions, and those people who are following you very well may answer it. And then those questions will all go to the people who are following them. So that's how you actually would set up a Twitter account. Here's 3 different sites that we think are really interesting in terms of nonprofits. Livestrong, we feel, really immediately communicates who they are and what they're trying to achieve. They also, in the left-hand column, show all the different locations that you can find out more about Livestrong. Nature Conservancy is a great site for their Twitter account because once you get there, you get that sense with their background of who they are and what they're trying to achieve. And then in that left-hand column, you see all of the other social media vehicles that they use to communicate. So you can actually follow them on Facebook, YouTube, etc. In terms of Twitter, some of the ways that you can actually track your results of what's really going on when you're using Twitter is TweetDeck, which actually now is part of Twitter. That allows you to organize different types of people that you're following, different trends, You can, in one particular column, use a hash tag, and a hashtag is merely a topic. And so if you're doing a fundraising campaign, if that's how you're using Twitter, what you would do with a hashtag is maybe you would do a # hashtag fundraiser. And then anybody else who follows that hashtag will actually see your tweet. TwitPic and TwitVideo allows you to upload photos and videos. Twitter are mobile device vehicles that you can actually tweet on your phone or smartphone, etc. Twitter Counter or Twitaholic, those actually will allow you to monitor statistics of how you're doing in terms of Twitter. It's really analogous to Google Analytics, which most sites actually use to monitor the type of traffic that they're receiving. And if you aren't using Google Analytics, we strongly recommend that you do. You put it in the back end of your website. But that's what you can actually do with Twitaholic. And then Bitly and tinyURL, what those do is if you're actually directing somebody to a site, for example, your website, you want them to donate as a fundraising campaign, you may have a very long URL, the actual location that you're sending them. So what Bitly and tinyURL will do is they'll shorten those down to much less characters, given the fact that in Twitter, you only have 140 characters totally to communicate in each tweet. How you would use Twitter. You can use it to announce certain things. It's a great opportunity. Maybe it's a new grant. Maybe it's a fundraising event that you're starting. You can also use it to update. You can use it to announce your regular newsletter or some sort of campaign that you're implementing. You can also use it to establish expertise. For example, when I tweet, which is @LaneGray, I often do a fundraising tip, and then I give some sort of fundraising tip. So to establish a level of expertise within your category is a great thing to do using Twitter. Next is to drive event attendance. That's an easy thing to do because you would provide updates about what's happening with your event. Generate donations. Again, driving people using Twitter to either your Facebook page or, more importantly, to your website where they can actually easily donate to your nonprofit. And lastly, a great use of Twitter is to listen to what other people have to say. What's happening in trending topics? What is happening with particular hashtags? Maybe you're in the category of you're helping a homeless shelter, and maybe you have a hashtag homeless, so you want to monitor what's happening within that category. Or maybe it's within cancer research. You would use a hashtag of cancer. You can hear what other people are talking about, other individuals as well as organizations. Some of the tips that we recommend is we talked briefly about hashtags using the #, embedding those into an actual tweet. It's a great way to broaden your audience. So using hashtags associated with what your nonprofit is trying to achieve, or the topic of what you're actually trying to communicate within that tweet itself. Maybe it's research grants. Next is using photos and videos and directing people to see actually photos about something associated with your nonprofit or volunteer organization, or a video that you've just produced. It's a much more engaging way to draw people to what you're trying to achieve. We talked briefly about trending topics. Trending topics is usually on the right side of your Twitter page. It'll show what's trending around the world. If you use TweetDeck, it also has a trending topics column. And that's just really interesting because if there's something that's trending, meaning a lot of people are monitoring that at this particular time, and that can change and fluctuate quite rapidly. But if you are associated with something that's trending, including a hash mark with that particular trend is really important. So taking the example of you're working on cancer research. Maybe cancer research is something that's trending because of some new development. Putting that hashtag with that trending topic embedded in your tweet will help you broaden your audience because you're attached to something that a lot of people are looking at. Twitter presence? Do you want to follow and be followed? Do you want to stay active in terms of topics? You can actually strategize over a long period of time and then use one of the tools to actually have your tweets go out on a scheduled basis. Protocol. Set the ground rules. What are you trying to communicate? What is your brand? How do you encourage that brand to be communicated on a regular basis? In terms of Twitter do's and don'ts, 1, follow etiquette. 2, follow others. Again, in turn, many will follow you. Establish an area of expertise. So you are the expert on a particular topic. A lot of people in that universe will start to follow you if you tweet about that expertise. Next is have a plan. Strategize of how you want to use Twitter. Do you want to tweet once a day? Do you want to tweet 3 times a day? Are there different things that you're going to tweet about? Next is retweet. It's very complimentary and sticks with the overall protocol of Twitter. If there's interesting tweets that you see, retweeting those, it's always appreciated by the individual who first tweeted. So it's on your Twitter page, or if you're using TweetDeck or anything else, it'll actually have a button to retweet, and you can send something out that somebody else has done that you think is relevant to your particular audience. And lastly, do listen. Listen to what other individuals who are following you or partners of yours, listen to what they're talking about. Listen to trending topics. See what's relevant within your universe. Things not to do. If you're representing a nonprofit organization on Twitter, don't send personal tweets. You can actually establish your own personal Twitter account. Don't say anything that is untrue. Don't over-promote or over-promise anything associated with the nonprofit or overstate what the nonprofit has achieved. You will drive people to the site with tweets that aren't over-promoting. Don't send something without editing. It's so important to make sure that you check for grammar and style. And don't over-tweet. People will drop following you if you just tweet and tweet and tweet all the time. And don't auto-tweet. Auto meaning that just don't have it recurring on a regular basis and the same thing over and over again. Mix it up and make sure that it's actually interesting to your particular audience and what the nonprofit is trying to accomplish. So how to use Twitter in terms of fundraising campaigns? 1 is to promote events. You can share details or discounts, updates about the upcoming event. 2 is using hashtags. Create unique hashtags for your particular event or campaign. And you can encourage real-time discussions during the event. There's a lot of conferences, and you actually can do it with a particular event, which will have a unique hashtag that anytime an attendee wants to talk about what's happening there in real time, they'll use that hashtag. So say it's, hashtag Vivanista Fundraising Summit, and you would just tweet with that actual hashtag in it, and anybody else who's following that will see it. And lastly, using Twitter for fundraising is in terms of cause marketing. Align yourself with an organization so you can actually raise money. So a nonprofit aligned with a for-profit organization can actually expand your universe and actually can help you raise more money because they'll shop for the product and a portion of those dollars will actually go to your nonprofit. In terms of various social media platforms, first and foremost, working with Facebook and Twitter, those are 2 really great starting points as you're building your social media platform. Other great ones are LinkedIn, which is a professional social network, YouTube, which is video, and then there's Flickr, which are photos. And as you can see here, there's a host of other platforms that you can check into as well. So in conclusion, there's several considerations in leveraging social media. 1 is to identify the purpose for using social media. Is it for a specific fundraising campaign? Is it to build a community? Is it to drive donations? 2 is to create a professional presence for your nonprofit or volunteer organization. And make sure that when somebody comes to your Facebook page or your Twitter account, that they actually know who you are and what you're trying to communicate. Most nonprofits really can benefit from embracing social media. As we had said previously, it's easy, it's free, and it's very, very viral. And if you want more information, there are a host of different sources online. At Vivanista, we've created a guide to social media that will help you actually create a Facebook page and create a Twitter account. So thanks so much for your attention, and good luck in developing your social media presence.